Y'all ready? Okay. Had our second scrimmage, completed that today, 110 play scrimmage. We had situational scrimmage. We went backed up at the -1, let it play out, plus our 50-yard line, start the drive there, and then plus 25. We did ones and twos. In between, this was the first day that we were able to check out our iPads on the sideline. So we tried to get those kinks out and how we're going to communicate on game day. They give you one time, for the conference does, today was our day. So we took a lot of time in between series after we got done, and we let the third group do a competitive 7-on-7 and move the ball during that time. We had our coaches in the press box and just try to make it as game-like as possible. I think the ones had right at 25 plays. The twos had 30. I think the threes had 40 or something like that. Got a chance to let everybody play. There's some good things. I think it was 9 penalties overall. We cut that in half. That's still not good enough. Defense had 1 turnover. That was the last play of the scrimmage with the threes. We got to do a better job getting the ball. We also worked kickoff return live in the middle of the scrimmage too, to make sure that we were able to evaluate our personnel and everything that goes with that. The quarterbacks were not live other than Riley. Riley went live, did some good things at the end of the scrimmage, to see how he reacted with that. But overall, I don't think there was any major injuries. Obviously, that's 2 weeks in a row. That's good news with that. So, we just got to keep working, keep building. It's a grind every day. You have to find a way to bring your A game, and you got to find a way to get better. Big picture, it's hard to kind of that. I think Peny Boone had 2 touchdown runs. They were fairly short in the red zone with that. But, the defense, backed up, the defense won. Okay, there's no doubt. 50, probably the offense won. It was about 50, 25-yard line going in with that. But there was some good, it was some good energy on the sideline. And I think the best thing is we got our logistics of how we're going to operate with the game with the new iPads. Questions?
Coach, last week you said you're maybe a little bit frustrated with KJ because when he's live, when he's not live, he's kind of limited in what he likes to do. Yeah. So I know he gets frustrated by that. So how did he kind of deal with today's scrimmage, knowing the constraints of not being able to
He's a veteran guy, man. I mean, he's one of the more experienced quarterbacks in the country. He's played for, 3.5 years or something. So he knows. But, I mean, obviously, there's when he's live, it's different. But, that's okay. That's okay, and that wasn't a problem. Brown didn't go live today either, and that was okay too.
Gus, what was your biggest concern coming out of this scrimmage? You mentioned still too many penalties and some things like that, but what do you really want to focus on over the next couple weeks?
I mean, I think more than anything, I told our guys, I mean, great effort, great physicality. And the not beating ourselves. I mean, the penalties. I mean, the offense did a good job holding on the ball, but the defense didn't get the ball. But anytime you scrimmage, there's good and bad. There's a lot of teaching and learning situations that happened out there that we'll be able to address also.
What's the biggest difference between where the team was this time last year, 2 weeks into fall camp, and where it is now?
We got more veteran guys. I mean, that's the biggest difference. I mean, we have guys that played a lot of football. There was a lot of guys that had potential that were young that we just didn't know much about. We predicted everything, So it's just we have an experienced ball, club this time compared to last year.
At this point in camp, where is this team to your expectations?
No, we're not there yet. I mean, I've been proud of them every day grinding. We probably had our best practice, the practice before, and that's practice 9 that most people are going to slop around and just get through it, especially for a scrimmage. Our guys didn't do that, but I mean it's a challenge every day to get better. So we're not there yet, but we're chipping away, and we're going the right direction.
Okay, so you had helmet communication and the tablets today. Can you kind of elaborate on how that went? I guess were there representatives from the conference to kind of help assist with that today?
Well, we had the official iPads that the conference provides and all that. You have it one time, and today was our one time that we could do all of the experimenting and, hey, what's it going to be like? What's it, all that. The communication's every day in practice, and really the communication, I like it, but honestly, it's not. I mean, for us, the way we play, it's it's not to the effect you think it would be. I mean, there's times you talk and there's times you don't, and we've got enough days in practice to figure all that out.
So how did the tablets do? Can you see where that would be beneficial in the course of a game, or are you still
Yeah,
just kind of feeling through it?
the quality of coaching is going to be better. I mean, it's going to be a lot better. I mean, just the advantage, you can look and you say, oh, because a lot of times, man, if you're not completely coordinated with eyes in the sky, you won't know until Sunday, and you'll look up and you say, oh, man, why didn't we see that? Those days are over. So the quality of football, the quality of coaching should be up across the country.
You talked last week about being excited about seeing your kickoff teams live. What did you see from them today?
I mean, we'll look at it on film. I mean, last year we stunk at kickoff. We were one of the worst in the country. We got to get better. And so that's been an emphasis. You know, we have some veteran personnel that's a little bit different. I know that'll help in the kicker. Our kickers got to kick it where they're supposed to kick it, and they didn't do a very good job that last year. So, you know, that was just 2 reps today. We'll continue to build on that. I'll have to look at the film before really I can answer that question in detail.
Gus, you mentioned Peny Boone having a couple touchdowns today. What have you seen from him so far through this camp, and how he's been able to fit in with the running backs?
Yeah, he's a downhill guy. He's a veteran guy. You can tell he's played a lot of football. You know, he's just learning the nuances of our offense and plays and you know, what we call stuff and everything that goes with it. But, you know, he's a downhill guy, man. He falls forward. He knows how to play with great physicality. He's protected the football.
Last year, you were forced to use 4 different guys at center. Earlier this week, we spoke with Caden Kittler. Who besides Caden is getting reps at center?
Yeah, Marcellus Marshall got some today. You know, Cam Kenny's had a little bit of an injury, but he'll be back hopefully this next week. You know, with that.
How would you, just on the offensive line, how would you evaluate that group? Are you settling into who the top guys are? Are you guys healthy there? How's that?
Yeah, I mean, it's separated like veteran guys that we know is in the mix to compete for playing time. You know, our defense has done a really good job with some different movements and stuff like that, and it's taken away some of the offensive line's aggressiveness at times. But, you know, we got a veteran group. I told our guys after this second scrimmage, at least we'll go in all 3 phases and we'll say, okay, if we played this week, it would look this way, you know, the top 3 or whatever. But we got a whole nother week of fall camp. And so we'll have it kind of planned, but another week. And after that, after next week at this time, we'll have the pieces of the puzzle that we'll go into the season with.
You said you cut penalties in half this scrimmage versus the last one. Were those penalties pre-snap or post-snap?
We had a couple pre-snap, had a couple post-snap, had a touchdown call back. That's the second week in a row we've had a touchdown call back. That's never good. So we just got to keep working.
You talked about going into this last week of, I guess, camp, and what do you guys need to do focus on over the next practices?
Yeah, now it's kind of narrowing things down. And, you know, personnel, who we're going to be defensively, who we're going to be offensively, who we're going to be special teams. So there'll be a lot of different things that it will be a lot more specific. And then instead of just going out there and everybody rotating and everybody getting a chance at this position, that position, we'll start kind of narrowing things down and it'll be more specific.
And based on what you've seen so far this camp, what leads you to believe that your team is going to be stronger against the run?
Against the run, we're going to be stronger against the run. I mean, we weren't worth the crap last year. I think everybody in this room knows that. We brought in some playmakers. We brought in some defensive experience, and that's really helped.
Wide receiver, who's kind of been standing out? You know, obviously Kobe and Xavier, we know, are returning. A lot of the guys are new other than that. What's that position group look like?
You know, Tim's rotated those guys, rotated the 1s, the 2s. Everybody's got a chance to prove themselves, and that's the way it's been this whole camp. I mean, everyone is competing. Everybody's got a chance to prove themselves. We got 2 scrimmages. We got good information. Now we can start kind of getting some order. But as far as anybody standing out, now, I mean, some days a guy will make a play. Other guy will make a play. He won't make a play. He won't. So it's been mix and match, you know, so far.
You talked about Marcellus getting some snaps at center. What is it to have a guy on the offensive line that can play anywhere?
Well, I mean, this is his 5th year, I think. He's a veteran guy. And, you know, just like Lakai last year, you know, he was a veteran guy, so it wasn't too much to ask him to snap. So Marcellus, we had him start doing it the first fall camp, and then Cam Kenny goes down, and so we went ahead and then Walt Clare. Matter of fact, Walt Clare is battling injury. He'll be back this week too. So really it just worked out. He got all reps at center. And you can't, center and quarterback guys, that's the 2 positions. You can't have enough depth, quality depth, that can run an offense.
What's the competition like for backup quarterback? Obviously, you bring in Jakuri,
Yeah.
he's got a little bit more experience than the
Yeah.
other guys. You have guys who are here with the program longer. Is that a battle going on
Yeah,
right now?
it is. We know a lot about Dylan. Brown, we've got a lot of extra reps just to learn him, okay? He went live last week. There's no doubt with that. The true freshmen, both them freshmen have done a good job too. And, they've been primarily with the threes, but, this year we have, more linemen and we can do more team. And so that development with those guys, and like I said, we've let those guys go live a couple games too, and that's when you can really find out. But like I said, we'll start putting the pieces of the puzzle this week, and for sure next week at this time it'll be set.
Time for a few more. Gus, you mentioned Cam and Walt Claire being maybe out with a little bit of an injury. What does it mean for you guys to have a little bit more depth at that position then, to be able to have guys come up, step up during camp?
Well, like I said, the stress. I mean, running off. I don't care whose offense it is. I mean, if you're a shotgun offense and you don't have a guy that can snap that thing and make calls and all that, it's a sad deal, and it makes everybody else look bad. So that position, the quarterback position, that's really where it starts offensively.
What's different about KJ from spring camp to now?
He's more comfortable with his teammates. He's more comfortable with me, more comfortable with the situation. I mean, I think the big thing that stands out to me is just his game experience. And, he doesn't get too high, too low. And, he sees things that a veteran sees that a rookie doesn't see, And so, it'll be good communication, I think, that we'll be able to work together. And it's nice to have a veteran quarterback to play live.
What more do you need to see from him over the next couple of weeks?
Just improve like everybody else. I mean, nobody's arrived yet. We got improving. We got to improve, and that's the challenge every day for coaches too.
Coach, that's real quick. There was some big recruiting news earlier this week. I know you can't speak on specific names, but your 25 recruiting class is currently ranked top 15 in the country. A hometown hero, and a lot of people saw jumped on board. Just kind of speak to what players are seeing and what you're trying to build here.
I mean, this place, like, people want to come here. I mean, everybody can see the future. There's a handful of other guys that I believe they want to come too. We'll just see what happens. We got to win on the field. We win on the field, the floodgates going to open up. It's going to be a lot of fun. But it's an exciting time right now to be a part of our program and to be the head coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Peny.
How you
So,
doing?
I guess your second scrimmage now at UCF. We heard maybe you had a couple touchdowns. Is that
Yeah,
right,
2
today?
touchdowns inside the 5. I mean, I was hoping they'd be longer touchdowns, but scenarios, we trying to get real in game detail. So, got in, put it at the 5, and had the most out of my plays.
Yeah, just kind of talking about this start for you. New program, new school. Been here, practice a couple weeks now. Are you getting more comfortable with this offense?
Most definitely, and it's hot, super hot. So I'm definitely getting used to that as well. Getting close with my teammates. Just seeing what type of guys they is. Just nobody expected me to transfer so late. Second go around of transfers. You already got the team locked down. So I was kind of a surprise. So it's just like, how can I help the team in any type of way possible? RJ is a great back. Johnny, Miles, they all great backs. So just, it don't matter who's in, just everybody can take the load. So just, adding to that and just help the team.
Peny, are you at where you want to be now in camp? I mean, being week 3? I mean, do you feel like you're where you want to be, or do you still have some more stuff to work on?
I still have some more stuff to work on, just as far as like football and knowing the plays as well. It's not too bad, but like Coach said, just a second call, like just getting lined up, just knowing the play, just being confident. Period. So definitely getting more confident. Just having a second scrimmage, and yeah, it's going good.
What are some of the biggest differences between how fall camp at UCF is like and how it's gone for you versus your previous stop, other than the heat?
Fast. After a big run, don't matter how much it is, just get up quick and get the next play. So just, like I said, just knowing what I got, looking at the defense, reading the defense, and, letting my game speak for itself.
What are you capable of this season?
What am I capable of? It's just, doing everything the right way and not sloppy. Last season I was not happy at the end of a lot of my games just because I felt like I left a lot on the field, and just the lack of not being in that position at my previous schools, and just, I wasn't happy with it at the end of the day. So this year, just, sharpen up on them things, get my body right, and just being a whole new person on the field.
How does RJ make you better?
He's really good at high between tackles. You won't see him, and then the same place 30 yards down the field. So, patience. I tend to go too fast, and when reading the holes too. So, that's something I try to work on. Just standing there a little bit longer. Just reading the first blocker and the second blocker as well. Setting up those blocks. So, yeah.
The defensive players have talked about how your guys' versatility is helping them get better. How is the defense helping you get better?
Pace. You got Pace. You got E. Ethan they're great linebackers, and you got Big Lee. Can't even think of his name. Number 5. I can't even think of him. This is my guy. So, Ricky. Yeah, Ricky. I'm sorry. I'm just getting used to his people, but it's a great defense. A lot of different guys got different things. Ethan has got a bulky linebacker. He can go left and right and sit between the tackles. And you got Pace. He's a smart linebacker. You got to make sure you're really at your depth. Because he can call out before the play even starts. So, just stuff like that helping me, just making sure I get my things right, and
Between the tempo of the offense and the heat, which you've mentioned, what's been your process as far as conditioning to get ready for the season through the last couple months?
Just run everywhere. Just keep my feet going, just keep my body going, so when I get in those moments, I can execute them.
I know you said you would have hoped you maybe had some longer runs today, but you sound like you were in some goal line situations.
Yes,
is that
sir.
right? Is that an area where you think you're really going to shine? Is that being a bigger back? Is that an area you think you'll do well in this year?
Just playing football, being a big back. That's always was my main thing. When you get in the goal line area, you got to score. You don't score, that really messes up the game. So, like I said, just doing what I need to do.
Peny, Gus talked a little bit about the tablets. You guys get to see them on the sidelines and everything. Did you get a chance to take advantage of those when you were out there on scrimmage?
Yeah. They just every play they showing us what's going on, how defense, the tackles moving, how the linebackers moving. So it's definitely better because it's like letting me see the game. Other like from the television. So. That's definitely going to help me with my runs. Sitting there, patience. So, yeah, I definitely is going to work, even for everybody else, too. So, yeah.
At this point in camp, where do you think this team is?
I'm impressed with this team just because there's so many guys, like it's 50-plus transfers that's new and that's been everywhere. So, it's just, I'm happy for this team because it's like we're coming along. It's guys I never met. I'm in Detroit, so. Coming to Florida, meeting different guys. You got Bama, Florida, Ohio guys. We just all as one. It don't matter where we from. And we've been getting closer just out of football. So I'm really happy. So, in practice is, during camp is where you find yourself and, you get closer with the guy next to you. So it's that I'm liking it. I'm loving it.
There's a lot of different skill sets in the running back room. How have you seen Coach Cam help you guys out with your different skill sets?
I give him a lot of respect because it's like you said, there's a lot of different talents in the room, and like just coaching us and putting us in one. Like this is what we got to do. Coaching us for the first 3 yards, then be us. So he's definitely doing what you need to do as far as helping me extra time. He helping everybody. So. I give him all praise. I'm glad he's a good coach and he's teaching me all the ins and outs. Appreciate it.
Your phone?
It's like a line change in hockey.
Deshawn, you guys just had your second scrimmage of camp out there. How would you say things went for you and the defense?
Sure, I like how we improving. We on the rise right now. Like how we flying around, moving to the ball, getting 11 guys to the ball every play. If we don't get to the ball, it's a loaf, and we got 5 up down. So we made sure everybody got to the ball today.
Deshawn, Gus said that the one thing he wanted to see more of is getting turnovers, creating some turnovers. Do you guys feel like you have an opportunity to do that this year with the group you have?
Definitely. Every drive, like we came off the field, we got to emphasize it. We got to punch at the ball, strip at the ball. Ball in the air is ours. Don't let the offense come down with it. So we definitely emphasizing that a lot this year, and I'm ready to see what we got.
Run defense is another point of emphasis. So where do you guys feel as a linebacking unit you guys are in terms of reading keys and making progress in that particular department?
Shoot, today we did real good. I had 5 tackles up the middle. Ethan had about 3. Reading keys is pretty much easy. You just got to keep your eyes in the right place and be disciplined. Can't get complacent.
What are you capable of this season?
What am I capable of? I'm capable of a lot of things. Getting the ball in my hands, interceptions, turnovers, sacks, TFLs, whatever y'all want from me, I'm going to give y'all.
What has the energy been like in fall camp for the first couple weeks?
When you see the energy today, it was a lot. We had a lot of energy. Defensive side was rowdy. Just wasn't ready to turn the switch off.
Coach said you guys did really well in the short yardage close to the goal line situations. What did you notice out of your defense today?
Sure, what I told them before we went out there, they back against the wall, keep them there. Don't let them out the corner. Just hold them there, put your foot on their neck, and don't let it off.
You had a good day today. I know you mentioned yourself and Ethan had some TFLs and stuff. Who else on defense kind of stood out to you?
Brian Threats, he had a crazy TFL blitzing off the edge, dipped the tight end, came back, made a tackle for 2 yards. Quay Birdsong, he had a strip sack, first strip sack of the spring practice this year. So I'm impressed by him. I like how he's working this year. I'm ready to see what he got coming for the season.
What's something that you guys are going to continue working on that maybe just needs a little bit more refining over the next couple of weeks?
Like I said, we emphasize punching at the ball, getting turnovers. We got to get turnovers this year. Can't have leave nothing on the field. If the ball out there, we got to get it. So that's what we emphasizing this year a lot.
You mentioned Quay. I know he was recruited to the school you were previously at, and then flipped to UCF, and you've gotten to know him a little bit here. So what has stood out about to you about him, and what relationship did you have throughout this entire process?
When he was getting recruited to Cincy, I really didn't host him. Some other players hosted him. I knew of him, but once we got here, I took him under my wing and told him, like, you need anything, talk to me. I'm here to help you. Like, I'm not here to just be somebody that you just look up to and that's a star on the field. Nah, I'm here to pour my heart into y'all and give everything back to y'all so we can all be on the same page this year.
Deshawn, Gus talked about this was the first time you guys got to use tablets on the sidelines. Were you guys able to take advantage of it, the linebacker group, and what did you see from that? How did it help you guys?
It helped us a lot. We just got to see the secondary move around, how they had it fit, linebackers had it fit. We got to see pulling guards, see our keys. Got to see what players wasn't being disciplined today. So we got to be disciplined this year, keep our eyes on our keys. And that goes for everybody.
You talked about Quay standing out. Are there any other young guys or freshmen who have sort of caught your eye these first couple of weeks?
Andrew Harris, I like him. He's a downhill linebacker. If he get his hands on you, scared to see what he do to you. He's a strong man.
At this point in camp, where do you think this team is?
Like I said at the beginning of this, we on the rise. It ain't done yet. We're gonna keep rising. We got a lot to improve on. Just got another week of camp, so.
Deshawn, how important is this season for you? Your last season right of college football. You got a lot to prove, I take it. What do you want to accomplish?
I just want to accomplish. I want to win the championship. I want to win it all this year. Can't leave none on the field. Like Peny said, he felt bad last year. Last year was a disgrace for me. Went 3-9. I never did that in my life. I always want to win the team. So this year, just to prove myself, like, we better than that.
Any family news yet?
No, not yet. I go home tomorrow around like 4:30. She get induced Monday at 4 a.m. So I keep y'all updated.
That's nerves. Is it a little distraction during camp?
It's a little more motivation. It ain't nerves. I mean, when I get home, it's a little more nerves. But when I'm here, like, it's more motivation. Like, shoot, you got a little girl on the way. You got to be ready. Like, get everything you got out there. Don't leave nothing on the field. Thank y'all.
Brandon, you've been through a lot of these scrimmages at UCF. Just how would you evaluate today's performance for you guys defensively?
Sure, defensively, you know what I'm saying? We brought that bite today. I like everybody high energy. Nobody was lackadaisical. We weren't no lazy stuff. You know, leaders, everybody of their position. You know, getting all the young guys and even the older guys, you know, up tempo. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to go out there on the field. You feel me? So yeah, it was a good scrimmage.
Brandon, Gus talked a little bit about wanting to see more turnovers, being more aggressive on defense after today's scrimmage. What do you guys need to do to kind of create those kind of opportunities for this offense?
It's kind of tough to go like to create turnovers and kind of like against our offense because it's like we see them every day, we know them every day, so it's like when we do get a chance to get a turnover, we get turnovers. It's not really this camp. I really haven't seen like less turnovers. It's been way more turnovers than I've seen probably in a little long time. So yeah, we good on turnovers.
Through a couple of scrimmages and the number of practices you guys have had now, what is the competition looking like on the other boundary for cornerback?
The other competition for the other cornerback, you got McWilliams, Antoine Jackson, and Chasen Johnson. And then you could also have Jakari Henderson. So those guys are like doing everything they can, trying to show coaches everything they can to, you know what I'm saying, get that starting spot. But all of them going to play this season because you never know, like, God forbid somebody go down, but it's like next man up mentality. So, I mean, it's going to be no drop-off on whoever gets the job. Like,
what do you like about each of those guys' skill sets? What's kind of jumped out to you and getting the chance to work with them and kind of see things on film?
They all competitive. They're going to compete, and they all have high confidence. So at corner, you have to be a high confident guy. You can't be out there lazy, none of that. You have to come with it every day because some plays you're going to get beat, but, hey, it's a next play mentality. So all those guys have been great with that. And I just tell them every day, man, keep going. You're the best.
You're a veteran guy. You've been through some camps. What's different about this defense?
Like everybody been saying, we've been like bonding a lot more. So it's like everybody being more closer together. Like, I mean, these last couple of days for the last meeting, Coach Roof had all the guys in the defensive room tell their stories and where they came from and their background. So just knowing those little things, that's going to help us out there on the field when it's crunch time. Because I was telling Chasing today, like, hey, man, like, you doing this for your pops. Like, keep going. Like, keep going. And you tired. Like, when I'm tired, they come up to me, hey, BJ, you doing this for your mom and dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep going, keep going. So everybody just coming together as one, and it's going to be a great year. I can tell you that for sure.
You fight for a guy a little bit more when you know something more about him?
Yes, sir. You're going to fight for them like they're your real blood brother. And that's, I think, the whole defense has became real brothers. I mean, not just necessarily defense, but, I mean, we offense and defense, we're coming together as one. So, I mean, we still a team at the end of the day. Like, these little scrimmages, yeah, we going at it. It's, you know what I'm saying, we competing, but when it comes to somebody else walking this building, we gotta put it on them. So, yeah.
Where would you like to see yourself, or maybe the defense as a whole, make the most progress between now and the first game?
See myself?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Just where you want to make the most progress, improve the most.
Oh, like everybody been saying, everybody want to see turnovers. So, I mean, that's all we're going to do. We're going to show that. We're aggressive defense. We all got that bite. So, we're going to do that this year for sure.
You talked about Chasen in that group that's trying to start alongside you. You obviously started as a freshman. What advice have you talked to him about?
I tell him every rep is your evaluation. Like, everything you do is evaluation. So, like I said, we not coming out there no lazy, no lackadaisical. We coming out with high confidence every single day, every rep. And if we don't, either the coach going to get us on us or one of the players, we going to, hey, come on, pick it up, dog. You feel me? So, yeah, we're going to be good.
Roof mentioned earlier this week about trying to meet, get everybody together and learn about each other's story. So what did you share to the group? And then is there another player whose background kind of caught you, surprised you or, really made you feel something?
I just shared to them my why and why I'm doing this. So, I mean, when I told them that, you know what I'm saying, everybody's story, everybody had a story to tell. Like, we all come from some similarity backgrounds, and it gets kind of emotional in there, but that's what we need because when it's on the field, it's going to be all these emotions running, and we just got to remember why we doing this and why we doing this.
What is your why?
I'm doing this for my family, my people back home, and for my city, so that's my why.
What's something you want to see the defense improve on over the next couple of weeks before week one?
Just keeping that high energy, bringing that bite to him every time. That's all I want to see. Just keeping that high energy and just keep biting every time. We're gonna dominate.
Magnum Williams is a guy, probably similar age as yourself. He played a lot of football at UAB. Just kind of talk more about what he's been providing, because he's a better guy. He was a team captain in his previous school, so he's kind of a veteran like you are.
Yeah, Matt, he's a really cool dude. Like, we all joking off, like we joke on and off the field, like real cool dude. He's a leader, but he's a leader that shows it. Like, he's not gonna be too much vocal. I've been telling him, like, bro, you doing a good job. Like, keep going, cause he's gonna show by his play. That's his leadership. He's not really too much of a rah guy, but when it comes down to game time, he's gonna play and step up for sure.
What are a few words to describe the secondary that you'd use?
Dominate. We're gonna dominate anybody that step in front of us. So that's what our secondary gonna be this year. We're gonna be the best secondary in the country. So we gotta dominate everybody that step in front of us.
And what are you personally capable of doing this season?
Dominating anybody that step in front of me. That's what I'm capable of doing. I'm gonna show that every rep. I'm telling you.
Brandon, you're a year older. There's a lot of transfers on this defense that have experience. Coach Ted Rubin is bringing in, more aggressive scheme. Just how would you evaluate the overall defense, maybe compared to last year? Are you guys excited about what you'll be able to show this year?
Yeah, like I said, we all done came together as one. So now we're all on the same one page. It's not, it's not kind of divided. There's no groups going on. We all is one. So we all on the same page. Everybody on the defense side got the same goals. So that's what I'm excited to see. Like, not see, but play. Like, that's why I'm excited to play, because I can't wait to play with my brothers.
At Media Day, Coach Reed said all of his DBs are dogs. What kind of dog are you?
Pit bull, one of the meanest dogs in the world. So, that's how we got to attack it. We ain't no little chihuahuas where we just going to bark and ain't going to do nothing. Nah, we got to be somebody that's going to bite. So, that's what type of dog we is.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Brandon.
All right, Adrian. You've been here a few years now. You're one of the older guys and going through camp. So how does this camp feel different for you, knowing that you're back and healthy finally?
It feels different because I feel like everybody's like family now. Like, everybody know about each other and like a reason why we doing this together. So I feel like we more close together than the last years.
Adrian, you guys talked about having a couple guys on the line being kind of banged up over the last couple weeks. What does that tell you about you guys as a unit, having so much depth now that other guys can step up and maybe make plays?
I feel that's good because it shows you like where's everybody at mentally. Like, eventually somebody will go down, so it shows us like who's gonna be next up and get everybody ready for that.
How do you guys at other positions kind of account for when there's rotation to the center spot, given how much importance Gus is stressed with that position?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, how is it kind of for you guys to pick up the slack and step up when the center spot in particular is being rotated?
I feel like it's all about chemistry. Like, we all have to like get to know each other, because we all know eventually somebody will go down like last year. So that really don't put like a slack or like bad energy or anything. It's just like we know he gonna come up and he gonna get the job done, because we all trust each other.
When you look back on the adversity, 4 different guys at center, what is something you can learn from the experience of last season you can carry into this season?
Next guy up mentality. We gotta have the next guy up. It's just like, so somebody gotta be ready to play.
And you feel ready, and the rest of your line, that you've got enough depth to be ready?
Yes, sir. We are ready. We are ready. The coach tell us, like, he don't care who it is. We all gotta be ready, because somebody might go down.
What are the main points of emphasis for the O-line to work on between now and the first game?
Communication. Just communication. We all got to communicate to each other. That's really it.
What's the difference this fall camp, having Caden being a returner versus having 2 brand new centers last year?
There was no difference because I played him last year. So Caden, he's a funny guy, and he communicates very well, and he's just more vocal. So everybody around him like him. So like we all close with each other. So yeah.
Peny mentioned he scored a couple of short yardage touchdowns. What element do you feel like he's bringing in those crunch time areas that can really help you guys when the season starts?
He's a beast. That means a beast. No matter what, if he get hit or not, he gonna get some yards out of it. So that really like help us like get on our blocks quick. Cause we know he coming behind us. So that really help the O-lineman.
Adrian, Gus talked a little bit about having the opportunity to use those tablets, for the first time in this game. Does that help you guys as offensive linemen to be able to see plays pretty much right instantaneously right after you're done with them?
Yes, sir. It helped us see what the linebacker lined up and see what kind of stunts they're running. So next time when we see it, we can pick it up real quick, call different plays, or call different plays and stuff.
Adrian, there's some returners, but there's a lot of new guys on this offense. New quarterback, like you just mentioned, a new running back, some of these receivers new. Kind of what's your perspective of this offense, and what are your expectations, and what do you see unfolding this season for the offense?
What I see unfolding is that we all working together. Basically, we all really get to know each other because a lot of people, like you said, it's a lot of us, a lot of new people on the team. So we really have to know, why they here, what's the reason behind it. So right there, that help us build bonds with each other, and we can let them know, hey, you slacking right here, pick it up, you're doing this for somebody. So that really helped the O-lineman a lot right there, so we can keep each other accountable.
At this point in camp, where do you think this team is on the offensive side of the ball?
Offensive side, I think we're doing good. We just keep building every day, be consistent with everything we do. Yeah.
What's the biggest progress you saw from the first scrimmage to this scrimmage?
Less penalties. We had less penalties this time. Yeah.
Who's been standing out? Who's been having a good camp? Maybe the new guys or young guys, or who's been looking good to you?
I feel like everybody been bringing it, no matter what. You new, old, veterans, everybody been bringing it every time.
So today's scrimmage, what were maybe one or two standout plays? Were there any wild plays on offense that kind of come to mind?
The wild play was when Peny had, it was 4th and 1 when Peny had scored a touchdown. He got hit by not O-line, but D lineman, and still scored. He knocked the dude down and still scored. But yeah.
So he kind of trucked the guy on his way to the end zone.
Yes, sir.
You talk about the newness throughout the offense, but the O-line only had a few transfers come in. What kind of confidence does that give in your unit that they believed in your talent?
The confidence, it gives us a lot of confidence because the older guys really got to teach them. So, we know what to do if they probably don't, so we teaching them. So that really helped them, they believe in us to help them. So if in case we get hurt, they can step up and take our place.
What's your perspective just of this running back room and the different types of backs, the depth you have there? I mean, just talk about that group.
That group and all is a beast. It's a beast, and I love it. It's give us O-line. It help us get on our block quicker because we know they're going to be behind us and running that ball. So, it really helped us O-line a lot.
It was announced a couple days ago that the Sam Houston game is going to be, they're going to team up again with the Children's Cancer Ward here in Orlando, and you can maybe do some things like that. What does that mean to you as a player to be able to give back to the community and do things with children like that? It really touched my heart because we don't know what somebody else is going through, and for us to just give back to them, it really means a lot because you never know. Somebody might play football with us. They probably was going through the same thing when they was younger. So it's just for us giving back. It really means a lot to me.
What have you seen in Paul Rubel's growth and development that makes you think this could be a special year for him?
His get off the ball, his strength, he got stronger. It's just a lot. Paul changed a lot over the years, and I was here to see that because he came in a year after me, and he changed a lot. It's great.